Greetings, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Fun Size. That's right, and today we have a nice little special video for you all. If it wasn't already obvious by the title down below, in honor of a certain anniversary of a certain movie, they decided to put out a certain series of food items related to this movie. And of course, this day. Now, unfortunately, obviously, I wasn't able to make a video on that day of this stuff, make a video of this stuff on that day, because, well, just my schedule got away from me, and regardless, I have the stuff now, and I finally have the time to record this video, which makes me so happy. So, without further ado, without further delay, I'm going to show you what I've got here today. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the manufacturer of this shirt, who decided that they were going to put these characters on the back of the shirt, and that they would just have the front of the shirt say this. Now, I think it might be one of those throwback kind of things, because apparently back in the 90s it was a thing to put like the logo on the front and then to go right on ahead and put the decal on the back of the shirt. And yes, that means I've been wearing this shirt backwards since I started filming, if that wasn't already obvious by the fact that usually the collars of my shirts hang down about here, and this one's riding right up about there. But anyway, yeah, big shout out to them, whoever they were. I think it was from Old Navy. Yeah, Old Navy. By the way, I've neglected to say this in the last few videos, but I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by any of these products or corporations or companies at all. I run all this stuff myself. So, for today's video, I have a couple of, I'm going to say these are limited edition, Stay Puft Marshmallows. And by a couple, I mean I got both sizes of these things. So, from Campfire, I guess is the name brand that made these. See, Campfire. We have official Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Mini Marshmallows. And we have official Stay Puft Marshmallow Man regular marshmallows, which also on the back of these come with little recipes for Stay Puft s'mores. Now that's not something I'm going to be making in this video, but that is an idea for an upcoming video that I might do that. So, with that said, let's go ahead and rate the packaging on these. Well, actually, before I even get into that, give me just a moment. I'm going to look up a still frame from the movie and see how closely these resemble those original still frames, the marshmallows from the Ghostbusters movie. Okay, Google, wrong thing, images, Ghostbusters marshmallows. Okay, let's see. It's going to take a little while. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, this is kind of gross, but apparently that original bag, or an original bag, of those marshmallows exists. And this person actually, like, showed them off in their current state. But there's the official original Stay Puft Marshmallows. Good. Ooh, here's what the back of the packaging looks like. Yeah, that's really appetizing, isn't it? It's probably hard to tell from editing me. Throw the pictures that I just showed on my phone on the screen right about now. Pretty appetizing, aren't they? Then again, considering those marshmallows are, let's see, 84, 94, 2004, 2014. They're 37 years old. Okay, for being 37 years old, they actually don't look that bad. But at the same time, that's pretty freaking gross. Okay. Now then. Let's actually just pull up an image from the movie. Okay, editing me. Throw that image up on the screen right here. Okay. And now that you've seen that image, these don't really bear that much resemblance to the marshmallows from the movie, but at the same time, I kind of understand why they just want to make something where you see this on the shelf and go, hey, I know those, I know that brand. So, it makes sense. But on that note, I like the fact that they kept mostly the original Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the packaging in the movie. Because as you might recall, the Marshmallow Man from like the cartoons and the action figure of him was more of a rounded shape, whereas this guy has got kind of a more of a square shape to him. Like, see how he's got those curves up there by his hat? He's got like this line on the side of his head right here, which I just messed up. And he's got this curve right here down towards his big belly. And obviously, if you look at his arms, those are some cubey looking arms going on. So in terms of actually looking like the bag from the movie, it gets a couple marks off for that, and I just noticed this up here. But when it comes to actually just, being what it is, that's not bad. So I'm going to say, when it comes to the packaging, going with my usual staple of starting off at 5 and then building up or knocking down from there, I'm going to give these, the Oxleymations, the packaging, I should say. I haven't even touched the marshmallows yet. No, I have. But I haven't tasted the marshmallows yet. The packaging is going to get a solid 7. It's going to get a 7 from me. Right over here. Editing me. Be sure to put that there. And when I come back to this later, make sure you put it back. Right about there. You got it? Good. Okay. So for the packaging, that gets a 7. Now, to do the potentially sacrilegious thing, actually, I've got a little tiny pair of scissors over here. I'm going to delicately cut this open and try and preserve the packaging as much as I can. Come on, scissors, work with me, not against me, please. Okay. Do 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 do. Ya da 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 do. Okay, just open far enough that I can actually reach in and grab a marshmallow. So before I do that, though, I'm going to get a whiff. Yep, they smell like marshmallows. Alright. So here's the first marshmallow from the thing. Nice and squishy, nice and pillowy. And let's go in for a taste, shall we? Okay. These are some good marshmallows. These are some legit marshmallows, I will say. This one had a little bit of excess marshmallow stuff stuck on the side of it, on top of the powdered sugar. those are some fine marshmallows. I'm definitely going to use these to make some s'mores at some point, and it will be televised right here on YouTube. You will see me make s'mores with these. Now then, since I have tasted one of the normal sized ones, it makes sense to jump over to the mini ones. But before I actually crack this open and taste it, let's just take a moment to appreciate the packaging. It's got this little grouping over here of just these adorable little mini Stay Puffs. Aren't they so cute? And then, of course, oh, and there's this other little guy over here. I almost missed him. And this one, the same great taste in a mini puffed size. And I like how they still kept the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that they had on the top of the other bag on this one. And he's also hawking the same Stay Puft. Oh, wait a minute. This has got a different recipe on it. I like that. This one over here, this one's got the s'mores recipe on the side there. Whereas this one, it has a recipe for Stay Puft Marshmallow Crispies. Stay Puft Marshmallow Crispies. Don't those just sound delicious? Now that's another recipe I might actually try out and make here on the channel. Ooh. I just had a devious thought. How do y'all think a s'more would taste with a Rice Krispie base instead of graham cracker? Doesn't that just sound interesting? I can guarantee it's going to be too sweet and it's going to be really sticky, but it sounds really interesting. I'm going to put that together in a video one of these days. It'll be the Stay Puft Crispies S'mores. I love the sound of that. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And sorry about if there's a little bit of a jump there. Filled up the last SD card I had with the last SD card I was using, and I had to do a quick swap. But anyway. So, oh, something I completely forgot to do with these. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for the calorie conscious of those among us. Let's shoot right over here. Okay, nutrition facts. There are about 10 servings per container, and each serving is about 4 of these marshmallows. And with this one, there are about 10 servings per container, and a serving size is 2/3 of a cup, or 30 grams. And the amount of calories per serving is 90 on the normal size Stay Puffs, and oh, it's the same amount of calories in the mini ones. Psychologically speaking, you would think there would be less, but I guess it makes sense because, it's literally just the same marshmallow goop that they just made into a little smaller thing. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, this one's got the s'mores recipe on it. This one has the Stay Puft Crispies treats. So let's see here. Store in a cool, dry place. Yep, that's the same on both of them. Avoid extreme temperatures. Yep. Seal bag tightly after opening. Yep. Ghostbusters 2020, trademark and copyright 2020, Columbia Pictures Industries Incorporated, all rights reserved. Apparently they were going to try and push these out last year, but I understand completely why they didn't. Because, a certain thing that can't be said. I mean, I could say it. I'm not monetized yet, but we all know what it is. And it starts with a C. So now then. When it comes to... Whoop, it's upside down. When it comes to these, I'm going to say, because it's so cute, they're so adorable. I mean, look at that little dork down there. He has a little tape measure and he's like, look, I'm only 2 inches tall. So, because it's so adorable, it's obviously going to get a higher score than the other one. Although, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is still kind of cute on his own. Well, here's a better picture of him on this one. But just, you can't go wrong with the itty bitty little Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. They're adorable. So for that alone, let's see, for the other packaging, did I get as far as giving a score for the package? Yes, I did, because I do that before I try the food. Okay. You'll have to pardon me. My brain just shut down and I started reading the s'mores recipe, and when I saw broken in half, I was like, what? Graham crackers broken in half. My brain is funny sometimes. Okay, so getting back to these. The score for the packaging, we're going to start with the 5 like usual, and because they're just so cute, they get an extra 3 points. Actually, we're going to give them an extra 4, because there's 4 of the little tiny goobers on there. And this one's just... ooh, they're so cute. Okay. So on that note, the packaging for this gets a 9. So let's jump from there into cutting this open in a way where I can preserve the packaging. And then I'm going to taste them and give you my review. Okay, got the corner open there. Don't know how well y'all can see it, but what have you, whatever. Just carefully slice up the corner. Alright. Now for this one, because they're so small, I'm going to grab a few. There we go, got 4. Aww. They've got basically the same flavor as the big ones, kind of a duh. Yeah, I'm going to give these the same score that I gave the larger sized ones. Sorry, every once in a while I get confused with stage right, stage left. But yeah. So we had the 9 for the packaging, because they're so cute. And we have the score that I gave the original bag of Stay Puffs. I mean, the bigger Stay Puffs. But what was that score? Is it 6? Was it a 6? Okay, we'll say it was a 6. Editing me, feel free to put what the actual score was. And then we're going to take them both together and... sha! Right there. We're going to say that's a 15 for these ones. So, with that said, we get to move on to the portion that I'm sure at least some of you are waiting to hear. Do I recommend these? And well, yes and no. I would say, now hear me out. Don't go grabbing your pitchforks just yet. The reason why I say no is because, well, you know, they're marshmallows. Unless you're gonna sit there and just like snack on them, they're, you know, probably not exactly worth your time, and especially not if you're getting these things as collectibles, because I mean, you saw what the original 1984 marshmallows apparently look like now. But when it comes to these things as like baking and or like if you're going camping and you're gonna have s'mores, then I'm not monetized yet, then hell yes, go out and get yourself a thing of these. I mean, they're marshmallows. How can you go wrong? And yet, there are marshmallows that are not great. Case in point, certain flavors of the Sour Patch Kids marshmallows. I don't know why I'm just delicately caressing that particular thing. It's like, ooh. I shouldn't be making hand gestures like that. Anyway, so I do recommend you get these, especially if you're making like Stay Puft Rice Krispie treats. I don't know why I did the thing. I was gonna say Stay Puft Marshmallow Krispies, but Rice Krispie treats is such an easier thing to remember. Okay, so I do in fact recommend these. I don't recommend just sitting there gobbling down like marshmallow after marshmallow. Excuse me so very much. I am so sorry that I belched on camera. Ooh. Okay, so with that said, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and all other configurations of being, if you can find these at your local retailer, then go ahead and pick up some of them. I'm completely obscuring the label on that one. Then go ahead and pick some up for yourself. And especially if you've got friends over and you're looking to make s'mores or Rice Krispie treats, go get it. And, ooh, I just thought of one. And if you're having hot chocolate, those things would be fantastic in hot chocolate. If you're a person who likes marshmallows in your hot chocolate. I know there are some people out there who prefer like whipped cream, and I know there are some people who prefer it, just like straight up plain, nothing in it. I myself am a marshmallow and or whipped topping kind of person. Especially if you can get your hands on it, the Reese's whipped topping. Oh, that stuff's so good. But the best way I have found to have hot chocolate is if you get yourself some of those mint chocolate M&Ms. Now hear me out. The dark chocolate mint M&Ms, and you melt those in the bottom of the cup or mug or whatever you're using with the hot chocolate. Stir that around, and then get yourself some of that whipped topping. Mix that in, and maybe a little bit of milk if you don't have whipped topping. But so good. We can get into that more during Oxmas. For right now, though, I'm going to wrap this all up because I have a feeling that I'm running out of steam at this point, and y'all are probably getting bored if you're still watching, because the analytics have been showing that a lot of you watch like maybe a minute or two of my videos right at the beginning and then click off. I understand some of them are boring. I understand that some of them are boring, and I understand I'm a little bit much to handle because, I drag on a little bit when I'm talking about things, but come on. Just at least watch the first 5 minutes. Okay, enough of that nonsense. What I do want to say, however, is that if you liked my content, I do truly and greatly appreciate you. If you watched it and you weren't a fan of it anyway, I appreciate you too. And if you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button if you wish, and be sure to ring that bell once you are subscribed so you can actually see my content get posted. You'll be glad you did. And if you've got friends who you think might enjoy my content, share it with them if you feel the inclination. If you're not sure, share it anyway. You could be surprised. And with all of that happy hullabaloo out of the way, this is your old buddy Oxleymations here saying, Cowabunga, I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.